Let's see the regulation of the respiratory mechanism. The respiration is completely controlled by the neural system. As you know, the humans have ability to maintain and moderate the respiration rate and the rhythm based upon the demands of the body. And this is completely under the control of the neural system. Let's see the special centers which are required for the regulation of the respiration. Okay, the first center is the respiratory rhythm center, and this is present in the medulla oblongata. As the name indicates, the respiratory rhythm center helps in maintaining the respiration, the regulation of the rhythmic activity of the respiration. To support the respiratory rhythm center, we have one more center called as the pneumotaxic center. The pneumotaxic center is present near the pons varoli. The function of this center is to decrease the duration of the respiration. Now, this process will help to alter the rate of the respiration. So, based upon the need, when the body has to change the rate of respiration, the pneumotaxic center will become active. This pneumotaxic center is responsible to moderate the functions of the respiratory rhythm center. So, the two major centers are the respiratory rhythm center present in the medulla oblongata. As the name indicates, this is the main center for the regulation. The second one is the pneumotaxic center present in the pons. The function of pneumotaxic center is to decrease the duration of respiration. This is required whenever we want to alter the rate of respiration. So, pneumotaxic center try to moderate the functions of the respiratory rhythm center. The third center is called as the chemosensitive area. The chemosensitive area is also present in medulla near the respiratory rhythm center. As the name indicates, it is chemosensitive. This is sensitive to two types of chemicals or two types of substances, that is carbon dioxide and the H plus ions. Any increase in the carbon dioxide or the H plus ions in the blood, the sensitive areas are highly sensitive to these changes, and they will send the signal to the respiratory rhythm center. So whenever there is increase of the CO2 or H plus ions, the information directly reaches the respiratory rhythm center, and this will help to moderate the functions. And the specialized centers are the chemoreceptors. These receptors are present on the larger blood vessels like the carotid artery, which enters into the brain, and the aortic arch coming out of the heart region. So on the surface of these two, we can find special type of receptors, and they're also very sensitive to carbon dioxide and H+. Any increase in the concentration of these two substances is immediately sent to the respiratory rhythm center. Based upon this, the rhythm center will make the necessary adjustments. So we have learned that there are four specialized centers. The two major centers are the rhythm centers in the medulla and pneumotaxic center in the pons. These are responsible for the regulation of the respiratory rhythm and also to alter the rate of the respiration. The information to these two are received through two special areas called as the chemosensitive area, again present in the medulla near the respiratory rhythm center. Now, it is very sensitive to carbon dioxide and H plus ions and send the information to rhythm center. The second one is the receptors present on the surface of the blood vessels like carotid artery and the aortic arch. The receptors are also very sensitive to the carbon dioxide and H plus ions. Any increase in these concentration, again the information is transferred to the respiratory rhythm center. So based upon this information, the rhythm center will make necessary adjustments in the respiration. So now you can understand in the whole process, the role of oxygen in maintaining the regulation of respiration is quite insignificant.
Yeah.
So our respiration rate is mainly maintained by the concentration of CO2 and H+, and the role of oxygen is quite insignificant. So I think this topic is clear. So let's move on to the last topic of this lesson, the respiratory disorders. So in your syllabus, students, the common type of disorders mentioned are asthma, emphysema, and the third one is the occupational disorders. So let's see them one by one. The first one is asthma, and asthma is difficulty in breathing. So this difficulty in breathing causes wheezing. Now what is wheezing? See, when you are breathing forcibly, the main reason for the asthma is the inflammation of the bronchioles. The second disorder is emphysema. Emphysema is a chronic disorder. That is, this disorder is caused because of the damage for so many years. Let's understand emphysema like this. See, these are the normal alveoli. And this purplish part is the surface area of the alveoli which help in the exchange of the gases, that is O2 and CO2. During the emphysema, the wall of the alveoli are damaged. That is, 2 to 3 alveoli, they will fuse together. And now you can see the surface has decreased. As the surface decreases, the exchange of the gases also decreases. So this damage to the wall of the alveoli is called as the emphysema. During emphysema, the respiratory surface in the lungs decreases. One of the major causes for the emphysema is the cigarette smoking. Now let's come to the third one called as occupational disorders. As the name says, these are occupational. These are caused based upon the place of the work. For example, if a worker is working in the cement factory, so daily he inhales lot of cement particles. Similarly, people who work in the glass industry, people who work in the asbestos, people who work in the fly ash, people who work in the iron industries, these people and also the people who work in the coal mines. When these people are working different type of these places, they daily inhale this fine dust. This fine dust of say cement, asbestos, this will accumulate in the lungs and that will cause the damage to the lungs. It can cause severe problems as the lung cancers and the fibrosis in the lungs. So people who work in these areas should always wear some protective masks so that they can protect themselves from these type of the respiratory problems. So this is regarding the respiratory disorders. Let's quickly revise. The most three common disorders are asthma, which is difficulty in breathing due to the inflammation of the bronchioles. These people has the wheezing effect. The second one is emphysema. The major cause is cigarette smoking. It's a chronic type of disorder. During emphysema, the surface area in the alveoli decreases. The damage to the wall of the alveoli occurs. The third one is occupational disorders based upon the area of the work. As the people inhale these dust every day, they can have the problems as the lung cancers and the fibrosis in the lungs. So by this, I complete the respiratory topic. In the next series, I'm going to start the circulatory system in the humans. Do follow the Telegram channel for the daily practice papers.